Get ready for this British Open special where I'm going to highlight 3 of the greatest Open champions ever that all have over-the-top miracle swings. Good morning, Miracle Swingers. I am so excited to share this video analysis with you of 3 British Open winners that all have over-the-top miracle swings. I believe in my heart, over the top is the most natural motion. That's why people naturally do it. Children do it, beginners do it, and then it gets trained out of us to do the opposite and people end up hurting their backs. But that's a whole nother story. I just think that if you coil to the inside, then you have to go a little bit over the top to get back onto the golf ball. And if you'll just take it back to the inside deep, you're gonna do OTT naturally.
Yeah, like I'm trying to mess one up on purpose and I can't.
Take it inside and up and hit down and through the back of the golf ball. That's all you gotta do, and you'll unlock a gear that's probably unlike anything else you've ever felt before.
I hit over 200 balls, 0 slice.
Now, the 3 British Open players that I want to highlight are Bobby Jones, John Daly, and Sandy Lyle. These guys are all long hitters. They're all smooth swingers. I think biomechanically it's more natural. It's more natural to throw a ball overhand with speed than to go underhand. Okay? That's part of the biomechanical advantage. In addition, also being able to continue to rotate over your lead leg. When you drop it under, then you begin to tilt, and then you can no longer rotate without flipping the club. So let's dig in to Bobby Jones, and we're going to start with British Open winner Gary Player discussing his golf swing. You cannot tell me that there's anything better. Do you know what I mean?
I understand 100%, and I'll enlarge on that. Maybe the best swing is a man who played over 100 years ago, Bobby Jones. Bobby Jones' swing, when I watch him swing, impresses me a hang of a lot more than 90% of professionals that swing today. Isn't that amazing? And he swung with a walking stick, basically. And he played with a ball that went 100 yards less. Think of what he scored. Bad greens, no changing the cups, raking bunkers with your feet, spike marks on the green, hundreds. Can't cut the green short. Traveling by car everywhere. These guys travel by jets. Think about these different things, man. This man, Bobby Jones, may be the best player that ever lived. And his swing, if you look at his swing, it is perfection. Absolutely perfection. Now, a lot of pros who teach won't teach that anymore.
Now, we can clearly see, even from the front, that Mr. Jones has an over-the-top golf swing. He has that lovely rhythm, reminiscent of Sam Snead. And Gary Player told me he thinks that Bobby Jones might have had the greatest golf swing ever. Now with his left arm isolated, we can see that there's clearly an over-the-top move. Inside, up, and out. Very often over-the-top swingers have a slight across-the-line position at the top, which allows them to reroute the club and swing down low left, as Mr. Jones demonstrates here. Now, Bobby Jones won the British Open 3 times, and in 1930 he won the British Am and the Open. So that makes him very, very special. That was obviously his great year. Now let's talk about the 1995 winner of the British Open, John Daly. He won in this dramatic playoff against Constantino Rocca. Oh my gosh, that was some nail-biting golf right there. But let me tell you something. If you're a multiple major winner, meaning you didn't just win one major, that makes you very special. What makes you even more special is if you win the British Open at St. Andrews, which is what John Daly did. If you look at the list of winners at St. Andrews, you're going to see a very, very special list of golfers. So let's take a look at the smooth power of John Daly's over-the-top miracle swing. All right, guys, let's look at one of the greatest swings in history, John Daly. Woo! Oh my gosh, it is so good. Now, the thing about John Daly's golf swing is he is a classic golf swing. That's what my swing evolution is all about. So if we go back here and take a look at these swings, we're going to notice that John Daly's going to lift that lead heel. That's the first thing about the classic swing that people need to understand is we have to be able to coil. So here we see John take it deep to the inside so he can really open his hips and shoulders. Then when he plants that lead heel, then he's able to just crush it. Now, I describe John Daly as having easy power. That's what it's all about. Now, this iron swing, we're going to notice he has a very strong grip. But again, the easy power is obvious because he turns into that right hip just like Hogan. He doesn't slide off the ball. It's all coil. But there's so much lag, and he just drops it down on the back of the ball. And I never really feel like John Daly is straining too hard. I love it when he makes these smooth swings. Now let's take a look at this swing. It looks like he's got maybe a gap wedge or a 54 to me. But look at this as he comes down into impact. He has so much forward shaft lean. This wedge looks like about an 8 iron. Now look at the flex in this shaft. That's a lot of power. But he just cuts through it like butter. Guys, let's talk about Sandy Lyle, the 1985 British Open winner and also Masters winner. Sandy Lyle has one of the biggest loops in golf, okay? So in the golfing machine, they talk about the loop. That's the inside and over move. And it's a perfectly valid way to swing the golf club that simply fell out of fashion. Golf swings come in and out of fashion, guys. I've seen it. I've been around long enough to know that. Okay, but the inside and over move is the most leverage you can create. And Sandy Lyle was an absolute bomber. He hit the crap out of the ball. He also hit 1-irons like a king off of the tee. Okay, so let's take a look. I'm going to trace Sandy Lyle's golf swing, and you are going to see one of the biggest loops in golf. It's even bigger than Sam Snead and Arnold Palmer. Inside, up, and over. That's a prodigious loop. That's like bigger than Sam Snead even. But let's go frame by frame here. You'll see that he actually pushes the club away from him at the start. I find this to be curious. I also find that let's go back to the very top. He starts very tall. This to me looks very much like Ben Hogan. His hands look like Ben Hogan. He's tall, so there's initial push away from the ball. We can see that that club gets further away. And then he's going to draw it back to the inside here. It's like out and in his takeaway. But here we're going to watch the butt end of the handle start to work inside and up. Isn't that crazy? And we see the common half moon crescent from folks that take the club back really deep to the inside. The radius of the arm just makes that circle. But here's the big OTT move here. And we can see how loaded he is into the ground as he flexes those knees and hits down on the back of that ball. He's up high on that right foot. And he just pounds it long and true. So that's the great Sandy Lyle. As I mentioned, I think Sandy Lyle is one of the greatest golfers of the last 40 years, and I wish he got more credit. He was cool under pressure. He was long. He hit that 1-iron a mile like the man. And he had a dynamite short game, and when his putter was hot, boy, he was in the winner's circle quite a bit. But he has an inside over-the-top miracle swing, and it served him well throughout his career. And I'd love to reach out to Sandy Lyle. What a tremendous golfer and a member of the World Golf Hall of Fame. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you hit them long and hit them straight. So there you have it. There's 3 of the greatest British Open multi-major winners that all have over-the-top miracle swings. It's pretty remarkable. Now, I want you to play the best golf of your life. I've made a 7-part video series with a half-hour introduction video on the history of the over-the-top miracle swing. The top 10 winners in the history of the PGA Tour are all over-the-top swingers, okay? I want the over-the-top swing to come back into fashion because I think it's the biomechanically easiest way to hit solid golf shots. So do yourself a favor. Go to miracleswingexperience.com, pick up the over-the-top miracle swing. It'll change your life just like it changed mine. Now I hope you hit them long and hit them straight.
It feels like you can't miss.
I hit over 200 balls, 0 slice.
Pretty.
Yeah, like I'm trying to mess one up on purpose and I can't.
I am a miracle swing. And thank you so much.